What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. I want to apologize at first, the first instance on this video, because I haven't made a video in a couple days. I did just make a video about Jesus Coin, but I normally make videos every single day, and I haven't the past couple days. Long story short, guys, it's just been a rough couple days. I had to tend to some real life stuff, and I could have made videos, but I mean, like, what have I missed, man? Like, it's up, down, up again. Like, we're not really doing much, so I didn't feel too compelled to make videos. I wanted to, but sometimes just there's real life stuff that's more important. So without really getting too far into that, let's actually talk about the chart itself and what we're seeing. Let's start with fibs. We'll start with fibs. Good old fibs. I love my fibs. Breaking above the 618 here like this, man, it's beautiful. We did close below the 886, which I did say that if we close below the 886, that would be telling, in my opinion, that we might actually go down to the 618 here, which I think is actually in play. That's totally normal. It is very, very normal actually to go down and find support here and then continue higher. What's not normal, what's not so normal, is to like close above the 886 like this, find support on it even, and then not continue up at least to the 1272. This isn't too normal of fib behavior, but it has happened. Again, I keep referring back to this. This is a stock, NIU Technologies, but it reminds me of it, man. It really does kind of remind me of it, and I'll show you. If you don't see it right now, I'll kind of make it more clear for you. But from top to bottom here, straight through the 618, just above the 100 even, above the 886 for multiple days, and then you close below it, and this guy actually went below the 618, and it found support. You found support on the 618 and then resistance on the 786. That, Bitcoin might go lower than the 618. It's totally possible, but I would expect Bitcoin to find support on the 618. If we look at Bitcoin now, BTC USD, right? It's kind of like that, but like it's a little bit of a bigger version, right? You came up, you're a little bit above the 100, held above the 886 for multiple days, but now we've closed below the 886. I guess if we can close above the 886 and prove this to be a fake out, that would be cool, but really on a 4-hour basis, we're still getting lower highs and lower lows. To be completely fair, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing went lower. I know I was saying higher. I know I got in at about 30,800. That's where I got in with a 20% position on my whole portfolio, but I'm thinking about selling right now for a small loss. Because that was kind of the move. I was expecting to make a quick little like something. It was around here. It was a little bit higher than that actually that I bought, but I was expecting us to move up to about 34.1k or higher, and that was a little 10% move. I'm like, all right, without leverage, I can catch that. Let's go. But we haven't gone. We haven't gone yet, and if anything, we're actually lagging now more than we have at all. To be fair, from a point of strength, from high to low, all we have is a 5% drop, 5.1% drop. It's not that big. Even if this was a from high to low, an 8% drop, it's really not that big. But let's go back and measure. Let's take a look at the current circumstances we are and compare them to previous relative circumstances and see if we can find anything that might help us pick a direction here. So we are kind of above the purple line, but that's okay. We could come back down below it, whatever. We don't have to. It wouldn't surprise me if we came back to it to find support even, but that could take a week or two. It could take days. It doesn't have to happen immediately. What I want to address is the RSI, right? Anytime that we've been overbought and then came from being overbought into just the regular price range, let's see what we've done in recent history. So we're not going to count this one, right? Because we don't know yet. We don't know if this is completed yet. It might be, but it might not be. So let's go to the one before. Overbought, and then we came out of it, right? So from top to the immediate low, when we were overbought and then we came out of it, that was a 13% drop. Okay. Here, this one, we were overbought and we came out of it. So from the top there, when we were overbought, to the immediate low, that was a 8% drop. Doesn't look like much. It really isn't much. Even this 13% drop isn't much. It kicked off a much bigger drop later, but let's see. This one we were overbought, but we were overbought for a while, man. I was thinking that this move was pretty comparable to this over here, but it's not. It's definitely not. It's more comparable to these moves, I would say. But let's see if we get a similar outlook. From top to bottom here, that was a 12% move. Okay, kind of fits. Didn't really get overbought anywhere here. We were overbought here. Sure, and then we came out of it. Let's see. From top to the immediate low, that was again an 8% drop. And yes, we went lower, but I'm going off of the immediate low, right? Like the immediate move that we saw after that. Overbought here, but not. I don't know. I don't really want to count this one honestly, but it probably gives us a very similar move, 9%, whatever. I don't want to count that one. Over here, again, being overbought up here and then coming out of it, we went from top to bottom. That was a 13.9% move. Pretty close. It sounds about right with what we've been seeing. And you went slightly out of it here, but that was a bounce, man. We're a lot, like if you look back at it now, we're a lot further down. So I would say that was definitely a bounce off of the overbought zone itself. Yeah, man. I mean, anytime you got these moves, overbought and getting out of it from top to bottom, that was a 12% move. Okay, these are all pretty similar. I'm not gonna lie, actually. Top here to bottom down there, that's 6%. That's actually pretty low, but I don't know. These ones might not be. This is kind of all in the same range. Maybe this top to bottom would have been a better one to measure. 8% move, something like that, whatever. I think, the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm definitely leaning toward Bitcoin does go lower from here. I know I've been saying that I think it goes higher, and I do think it goes higher. I don't think that this is where it stops. But at the moment, I'm kind of now assuming that we will have anywhere from a top to bottom an 8% to a 14% drop, because that's what we've been seeing, right? And 8% would put us, and they've all been actually slightly over 8% if they're at 8%, but that would put us just below 29K. Let's put a line there, right? Just below 29K. And then down here, if we were to do like just under a 14% drop, that would put us right around 27K. And if we're looking at these lines now without our little tool in the way, this is kind of an area where we had resistance before. It could go a little bit lower even. It doesn't have to bounce right off this line. It could just in between this range is what I'm thinking we see. And again, that would be anywhere from top to bottom. That'd be an 8% to 13% retracement. Let's see from top to bottom here. Yeah, the 618 is right on that line. The 382 is right below this line. So actually, the more I'm looking at this holding resistance on the 0.069, I'm definitely inclined to believe that we go down right now. I might sell my position right now. I honestly might sell my position. This is where risk management kind of comes in hand, guys. You can be wrong. And I know I've said this before. I'll say it again, and just hear me out. I know it might sound crazy. Maybe it doesn't sound crazy, but you can be wrong 9 out of 10 times, and you can make money. Okay, you can make money in this stuff and be wrong. It's not about being more right than being wrong, because you can be right 9 out of 10 times and you can still lose money. It's about risk management, right? And risk management is getting an idea that, ooh, it's a good time to get in. And then seeing things, it's been lagged enough and you're like, maybe it's not. Maybe I should, get out. What's the purpose of that? Why not just wait for it all to come out? Well, if I bought actually just a little bit lower than this here, but if I bought here and I sold at the current price, that's at like a 1.19% loss. If I sell down here, well, that's a 6% loss. So that's 6 times the loss, right? If I sell somewhere in this range, that's anywhere from like a 6 to a 12 times loss that I'd be experiencing right now, right? And I would rather lose 1%, buy down here, be wrong again, and lose another 1%, and then buy down here, be wrong again, lose another 1%, right? I'd rather do that than be wrong this whole way down, right? I mean, I'd be wrong one way or another, right, the whole way down. But then inevitably, when you catch that low and you are right, right, you come back up, that's a 31% move, right? Or maybe you don't even come up as high. Maybe that's a 20% move. If you've been wrong 5 times, you lost 5%, but then you just made 20%. You can make money being more wrong than you are right, as long as you have good risk management. And I do owe a risk management video to you guys. I'm gonna make a risk management video, at least what I think of it and how what good examples of risk management are as far as like investing goes. But something like this is like a perfect example. I think to have proper risk management, you need to be convicted in your game plan. You need to have a solid game plan. But this buy that I had was never like a buy that I'm going to hold forever. The whole plan was to buy, get it to go up to 34K real quick, make a quick 10% and get out. That was the whole thing. It didn't do that. We haven't done that yet. We're getting lower highs and lower lows. the RSI and the 4 hours starting to look weak. We have room to come down. We can move down from top to bottom 14%, and this whole move still looks strong. It still looks good. It can go lower than that, and it would still look good. But again, I'm not going to be in the market while this happens. And in fact, I'm probably going to sell as soon as I get out of this. So whenever I sell, just watch. You'll see a big old down. Just kidding. I don't have enough money involved to make that significant of a move. At least not on the Coinbase chart either. But yeah, man, that's my genuine opinion. I think that Bitcoin does go lower from here. I think that, going short, relatively speaking, we're at kind of the topping area of this point. I think going short would even be safe here. I would close my shorts down around here. Let's see. I would probably look for a slightly lower low. If I was going short here, I bet you could make a 10% move on 5x leverage. I bet you could. But that's my honest opinion. So, yeah, lower. I don't think that this top will be long-lived. I do think that we take it out inevitably. But, man, the 382 from here, from the bottom here to the top, the 382 and the 618 are both within, like, they're both where these white lines are, which, again, is like the average from a minimum to a maximum perspective of where we see our drops from top to bottom anytime that we're oversold and we come out of it. So I would expect, maybe the RSI comes down to the 50, maybe it even goes below it. Maybe it doesn't go quite that low, but I would expect a move one way or another that takes us at least below 28.7k, and at the most, to around 27k. So 27 to 28.7, that's the range I think we go to before we see more upside. And yeah, that's my genuine opinion right now. I'm gonna get out. I'm definitely gonna get out of my Bitcoin position. I wish I did already. It's about $60 less than where I wanted to get out, but that's okay. So yeah, take care, everybody. Have a good day, and that's what I'm looking for. If you want to like the video, that'd be great. If you want to leave leave a like and subscribe, that would be awesome. Thank you all very much. Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.